Oh!
Never.
Whoa! You're right about that. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Christmas is not some day on a calendar. You know that? It's like just being together. And when you're together, you can celebrate anytime you want.
Uh-huh. I still wish you and Lucy were here for the real Christmas.
I know you're disappointed. And Santa Claus knows you're disappointed, too.
He does?
Yes, he does. He, stopped by a little while ago, and he dropped off a few goodies for you.
For me?
For you. Dig in.
Don't we have to wait for Lucy?
I don't think she'll mind if you open up a few presents.
But if we wait, we'll have time to get out all the Christmas decorations.
But it's January.
That's the idea, silly. We'll surprise Lucy with Christmas in January.
There you are. Hey. Heard about your escapade with Cooper and Julie. You okay?
Yeah. Actually, I'm just dandy, thanks to Scott. Do you know, he practically ripped me out of a brick wall with his bare hands.
Interesting.
Well, I'd say it was more than interesting. He was absolutely magnificent.
Now, I was referring to that look in your eyes.
What look in my eyes?
They came alive when you were speaking about Scott.
Oh, stop that right now.
You're blushing.
I am not. It's just kind of warm in here. That's why I took off my coat. And besides, Kevin was very swell, too.
No, I'm sure he was. You just didn't happen to mention that first.
Well, let me mention that I'm going to go by and check on him and see if he's okay on my way home.
On your way where?
To the firehouse.
You said home.
You leave me alone, Ellen. Leave me alone. Ta.
Oh, boy.
So you got plans tonight? What do you say we go hang out at the homestead? I'll whip up a batch of martinis. We'll toast the end of the general homicide murders, my pending board review, you know, all the fun stuff.
Yeah, well, I would, but I kind of, planned on dropping in on Kevin.
Kevin?
Yes, Kevin. He was shot, remember?
See, I thought you'd be dropping in on Scott. Remember Scott, don't you? The guy you've been pining after for eons?
Yes, I remember Scott. And he was amazing the way he broke down that wall. But the whole time that Cooper and Julie were holding Kevin and me hostage before you found us, I couldn't help but think how horrible it would be if I lost Kevin.
You're gonna tell him how you feel, huh?
Yeah. Gotta tell him how I feel. And hope I don't end up with egg on my face.
Well, if you do, just come find me and we'll make an omelet together.
All right, wish me luck.
Good luck.
Dr. Burgess.
Well, hey, Ellen, it's Scott. Serena's got this little surprise planned for Lucy. Is she still hanging around the hospital?
She left already.
Oh, good. Then she'll be here shortly. Okay.
She did mention that she had a stop to make on the way.
What kind of stop?
Well,
Like she stopping for a carton of milk, some donuts or something?
well, it could take longer than that.
Well, no flies on me. I guess she's seen an old friend. The initials, Kevin Collins.
She was concerned about him.
Thank you, Ellen. I'll talk to you later.
I'm so sorry that you saw me and Scott together like that. If I could go back in time somehow and just change the whole thing, I would. Because you're the man I want to share my whole life with. Please say you forgive me, Doug.
Daddy, is Lucy coming?
Oh, it may be a little while there, applesauce.
Oh. Where is she?
She just had to make a stop. We could open up our presents.
I think I can wait.
Serena, I know you love Lucy.
And you love her too, don't you?
Yes. Yes, I do. But see, Lucy's got her own life, and now that this guy, that Grey Cooper, has been, caught, she's, safe out there, and, I don't know, maybe she's just not comfortable living here with us.
Hello? Lucy loves it here. Why would you want to live someplace else?
Yes, Monk. That is greetings from Greece.
Greece?
You heard me. Greece. Mary and I aren't in the Poconos after all. I'll fill you in when we get back, whenever that is. Meanwhile, I've been monitoring the police reports, and I heard that Grey Cooper and Julie were captured. Thank heavens. I can't wait to swap adventure stories with you. Later.
Lucy.
Hi.
Oh, sorry. Come on in.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry to drop by so unexpectedly. I just wanted to see how you were doing, and I wanted to give you something. And well, I didn't know what you give people for gunshot wounds, so I picked these, my favorite.
These are absolutely beautiful, Lucy. I can't say the place needs a little brightening up.
Good. Oh, should I carry him? I mean, your shoulder and everything, is it hurting? Is it
Well,
painful?
it doesn't feel great, but lucky for me, it was just a flesh wound. Unlike Max shooting, I just came from the police station, they told me.
Yeah, actually, it was extremely touch and go for a while, but he's going to be okay.
Yeah. I talked to him. I called him. He sounds like he's going stir crazy at home, but it was good to hear his voice.
Yeah, I'm sure he really needed to talk to you, too. He and Felicia have been extremely worried about you, and... Well, so have I. Been worried about you. I blame myself more than anybody for everything that happened with this Cooper mess, and if anything had happened to you, I never would have forgiven myself.
Lucy, why would you blame yourself?
The darn book, General Homicide. You started writing that thing just to give yourself something to do when I was living with Rex Stanton, and the book started this Cooper mess.
Lucy, Cooper had a vendetta against the Collins family long before I ever wrote that book. He would have come after Victor and I eventually. I'm just sorry you got caught in the crossfire.
Thanks. Well, you know me. I always try and find the silver lining or look on the bright side or whatever they say, and I guess when your life is in extreme jeopardy, it certainly does put things in perspective.
Yeah, it sure does. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Bonjour, mes amis.
Lucy, the flowers are plenty. You didn't have to do this.
Well, I didn't. Did you order this?
Me? I was planning on peanut butter.
Oh, really? Well, oh my. Thank you very much. Then who would do this?
Victor. Victor left me a message saying that he'd heard that Cooper and Julie had been arrested, and... Well, it's just like him to celebrate the capture of 2 serial killers with a gourmet meal.
Right. Of course. Surprise!
I hope you're hungry.
We were just wondering where this wonderful dinner came from.
Well, I had to do something to thank you for helping me. And Lucy, of course. So Well, enjoy the meal.
Oh, no, stay. I mean, at least have a bite.
I have plans. I was on my way somewhere.
But it's a dinner for two. I mean, you must have planned to stay.
Yes, well, I guess I assumed that Victor would be here. So anyway, well, it's a good thing Lucy's here, so there you go. Bon appetit. Both of you enjoy. Ciao.
Thank you. Another fine time at Kevin's house.
I would find it a little hard to enjoy the champagne now.
Would you mind? I really feel I need to explain.
Please,
Thank
please
you.
go.
When is Lucy gonna be here?
Well, I told you it'd take a while. Hey, why don't we go see that movie about that big monkey that comes to town?
I already saw it.
What about that movie about the pig that comes to town?
I already saw that one too.
How about we go out ice skating and snow's just melting? Okay, how about we do this?
I want to wait for Lucy.
Sheesh.
Hey, where's Eve? What did she say?
I didn't catch her.
I'm sorry. This was a very awkward situation. I guess she was probably pretty embarrassed.
Well, I'll just call her later and explain that there was no reason to be. Obviously, she misinterpreted.
Yeah. Obviously. I'm gonna go now. Get out of your hair. I came by to see if you were all right, and I can see that you were doing just fine.
Lucy. Lucy. I hated the way you put yourself in danger with Cooper. But I'll never forget how fearless you were.
Thanks. I'm just glad it's finally over. And of all the people I know in the world, you deserve the peace that I hope you find.
You know, when all this started, Actually, I believed I was starting to lose it again. That I was having blackouts, and I was having visions of Ryan, and I thought that I could be the killer.
No. Do you know what? I never once, not for one teeny tiny little moment, ever believed that was possible.
Our lives sure were a lot different then.
Things sure have changed.
Maybe too much.
Goodbye, Kevin.
You are an incredible woman.
And don't you ever forget that.
I got a confession to make. I've been told that I'm a little stubborn at times. I'd even cause a little bit of trouble. Truth is, I don't care. A lot of women have tried to change that. I don't think anyone ever will.
Merry Christmas! Well, sort of.
Oh my goodness! This is amazing. This is what, Christmas in January?
You didn't have time to celebrate the real one, so we decorated. We had plenty of time while we were waiting for you.
Oh, well, you know what? If I knew you were going to surprise me, you should tell me, because then I wouldn't have ever been late.
Well, then it wouldn't have been a surprise.
Well, you're right, but you can't have everything, you know.
Well, shall we open up the presents, or do you have someplace else you have to go?
No, I wouldn't dream of being anyplace else than right here with the people that I love.
See, Daddy?
What is that? See, Daddy, what?
Daddy says that now that everything's back to normal, you might want to move out and live someplace else.
You listen to me, Pumpkinhead, listen. I want you to listen with your heart and hold it right there, okay? No matter where I live, you and your daddy will always be my family, always.
Not a word. I'll be out here in just a second. Just making a few notes in these charts for whomever's taking over my cases. I just assumed it'd be all right. I made sure my patients were okay while I'm away.
Take all the time you need. I'm not here to kick you out.
I'm sorry. Guess I'm just a little edgy, that's all. Think I'm overreacting from being labeled public enemy number 1?
Probably not.
Thank you for those kind words.
Here are a few more. The board has set the date for your review. I suggest that you work on a defense because no one is willing to cut you any slack over the disaster you created with DL-56.
I think that word disaster is such a harsh word, don't you? I kind of prefer fiasco myself.
Tomato, tomato.
Let's call the whole thing off?
You wish.
Paging Marianne Benson, call 4556. Marianne Benson, call 4556.
Hello.
What are you doing back here?
Well, I decided to take you up on your offer of martinis. I need to drown my sorrows. Again.
Uh-oh. Does this have anything to do with the good Dr. Collins?
Who?
Say no more. I'm finished here. No pun intended. Let's go.
Okay, but wait. Now, being a woman scorned, I have to warn you that I need a lot of food. And that means buckets of ice cream.
I get the picture. Come on.
Hi.
Hi. Kevin, don't you know it's not nice to eat and run?
You're the one who ran. I tried to catch you.
Excuse me, you were with Lucy, remember?
She came by to see how I was. That was it.
That was it?
She wished me well, and by now she's back at the firehouse.
Oh.
Meanwhile, there's a fabulous dinner at my house getting cold.
And some fabulous champagne at your house getting warm.
So, what do you say? Cold food and warm champagne?
Oh, I can't. I have plans.
No,
I'm sorry.
No. It wasn't my idea.
Well, which is exactly why I'm not going to back out.
You know something? I actually have this review board hearing I have to prepare for. So, how about you do me a favor and take her off my hands for me?
I could do that.
Thanks.
Get out of here. Have fun.
Shall we?
We shall.
Hey, did you happen to notice the last present Serena opened, what it was?
Of course, it was new PJs.
Mm-hmm. Then what did she do? She ran right upstairs to put them on. That Santa Claus, he's a tricky guy, huh?
Oh, I think this Santa Claus is very tricky and very sweet. I will always remember this Christmas forever and ever.
Well, I wish I could take credit for it, but it was Serena's idea.
Thank you for letting me be part of your family.
Lucy, I don't let you be a part. You are a part of this family. You understand that? Now, if you don't want to be here, that's okay. No hard feelings, but you're still part of the family.
Scott,
No, wait, you know what? I'm sorry I just said that. Because I don't want you to go. And now you think this is your opportunity to go.
No, Scott.
No, you know what, Lucy, what the hell? You're going to placate me with all of this compliments about, family stuff and what great friends we are. But, that's a lot of hogwash. Because the truth of it is, when you were sick on your hospital bed there, you said that sleeping together was a mistake. That you wanted to be with Kevin. Hell, you practically got yourself killed trying to save him.
Okay, yes, you're absolutely right. I did, and it's because I didn't want anything bad to happen to Kevin. You're absolutely right. And you're also right about the fact that I babbled on about him, and maybe it was a mistake that we slept together. I kept in my delirium saying things like that, but If you want to stick on that, if you want to keep that in your head and hold it inside all your life, then you go right ahead. But here's something else I want you to hold inside. When I was stuck behind that brick wall and I thought I was dying, that I was breathing my last breath, do you know what scared me more than anything? The thought that I would never, ever see you and Serena again. That scared me more than my imminent death ever could. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
In 3 days, it's the biggest event with a beat. See the Backstreet Boys, Master P, Cher, Dixie Chicks, Whitney Houston, and Garth Brooks on the 26th Annual American Music Awards hosted by Brandy and Melissa Joan Hart, ABC Monday. Scott and Lucy have confessions to make. Make your cyber escape to abc.com and get a sneak peek at the next Port Charles.